It's Thato, Bontle, and now Alanga. The madness never ends. It's 1 a.m. club. Bow, 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 bow. Say no to this.
Welcome to another episode of
1 a.m. club. Hey, 1 a.m. club.
Bra.
1 a.m. club.
Another banger. Another episode of mouth sound effects.
Yes, obviously. It's our brand.
Yes,
What else
today's
are we gonna do?
episode, I'm so excited because the title excites me more than anything. I think we should start this episode with Las Crucias.
Escucha las palabras de las brujas. Los secretos de conmigo se la
Aquí
noche.
Lapa se
Escucha
praca
las
kana.
palabras de las
You're
brujas.
ruining it.
You're ruining it.
Can you just let us live?
Fine.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Escucha las palabras de las brujas. Los secretos de conmigo se la noche. Escucha las palabras de las brujas. Los secretos de conmigo se la noche.
Son frías.
Escucha las palabras de las brujas.
Con frío.
Los secretos de conmigo se la noche. Escucha las palabras de las brujas.
Sí.
Los secretos de conmigo se la noche. Escucha las palabras de las brujas.
Yeah, it's still October. We're still in the spirit of creepiness.
Yes.
Today's title was inspired by a podcast
Yes.
entitled Unlucky Observer.
Yes.
So today we're discussing things that we have been unlucky to observe.
Although really, my life is the thing that I've been unlucky
Just
to
an
observe.
unlucky observation.
Honestly, the entire 2003, we were down bad. Hey,
Been suffering for 18
18
years.
19 years. Yeah, man. Whether it be on the internet, in real life, wherever. Things that you just wish you didn't see. So, yeah, it's like literally a storytelling episode. I'm
Story
so
time.
excited. I'm going to start with one that was really the first time I saw a naked man outside.
Bums.
And it was so traumatic. I was standing by the mall
How old were you?
outside. I was maybe early high school, late primary school.
Okay, grade
around
8.
there. No, it's not even grade 8. Maybe grade 7, 6, 6,
Yo,
7.
okay.
Yeah, I think it was primary school.
Everywhere.
Bro, I still remember this. I was so traumatized. So we're standing there by the mall, and this mall is actually now notoriously dangerous. Like, it's in Midrand. If
Oh,
you're
yeah,
from
you were
Midrand,
talking about it.
now you should know the mall because it's shaky there. Anyway, but it wasn't that bad back then.
Yeah.
Right? So we're standing, and then on the other side, like across the road, all of a sudden we hear a lot of commotion, right? And somebody running fast up, and we're just like, oh, he probably stole something. You know, news travels fast in the streets, like, yo, what's happening? Oh no, this guy stole something. Cool. And then the commotion is there. It dies a bit, like, because they were up there.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 minutes later or 20, like, oh,
While,
he
yeah.
comes back down, fully naked, guys, fully naked, beat down with blood and stuff, and they were holding.
Oh,
yeah, they mob justice to him.
That's why he was naked. That's why he was naked.
Yes, because when he ran, he was fully clothed, and
Yeah.
when they came back with him,
Yeah.
he was naked.
And I said,
What is
naked?
And it was so wild because my parents were like, "Oh my gosh, a naked man!" Like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Like, cover the child's eyes.
yes. But,
Yeah.
but also I saw everything, and I'm just like, "Whoa, this is." I don't know what to do with this because one, he's bleeding. Whoa, mob justice. Yeah, because apparently he did steal.
Yeah.
And it was a lot. So we literally walked across the road. Like, they literally took us and just like walked across the road. And obviously now, after the initial shock, I'm just watching like, what's going to happen?
You can't peel your eyes away from a naked man. You just can't do it.
In the streets,
In the streets. Like, not,
Yeah.
naked sexy man. Just like,
He's
a
a
naked
naked
man.
That was so traumatic. I'm still a bit scarred. I'm sure he was very traumatized.
Oh, shit.
I'm sure he never did it again. That's so embarrassing also. Imagine being him. Like, it's fine, beat me, you know.
But
Yeah.
now
But
I'm
now
naked.
I'm naked.
In the streets.
And some girl 10 years later remembers that I was naked in the streets. You know, sometimes like when something embarrassing happens, you're like, they'll probably forget about tomorrow.
No.
I never forgot.
I was saying that my life is just unfortunate events. When we moved into this house, one, I wasn't fully aware that there was a peacock just roaming.
Oh,
on the
yes.
streets.
Fun.
Two,
And every time I tell people that story, they don't believe me.
there's literally a peacock named George who just roams around here. Two, our neighbors, they have an unfinished building. And every day on Thursdays, anytime at night, I just see this figure on top of our neighbor's house. And I was just like,
It's the ghost.
this is a demon. Escucha las palabras. Right? Somebody's out here. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I go. Every time I just ignore it. I'm like, if it's there, it's there. Every night. Let me tell you that I was sitting there like, I'm either going crazy, there's a demon, or there's just something that I don't know. And I would check every morning. I would check there. Is this figure still there by our neighbors? No. Why? Because peacocks can move.
When did you discover that, in fact, this was a peacock?
I was hurtful. And I was like, let me find out. I just put my flash up to the thing. And there George was, chilling. Living his best life.
Yeah. That's so bizarre.
So, this did not happen to me, but it happened to some random person on Reddit who worked as security at a hotel and stuff. So, he's working night shift. It's around 10-ish, I don't know, and the gyms are still open. He walks past the gym and he sees a hole in the wall. A very big hole in the wall. It's not a hole that's going outside of the building, but it's just a hole in the gym wall, right? And also, this is in America. Their walls aren't made out of things. It's a plywood thing, yeah. And this is a solid, 1.5 meter hole in the wall, right?
Yeah.
Someone had moved the fern plant in front of this hole in the wall to try and cover the hole. But it's just a plant, so you can obviously see that there's a damn hole there. So the security guy is like, no, man. So anyway, he moves the fern back to where it's supposed to sit. And then he goes to review the security footage. There's some guy who's just living his best life on the treadmill. He was on the treadmill, and you can evidently see that he was kind of struggling with the controls. And you can see that he's running faster and faster and faster, and he's not sure how to stop. He eventually just tries to stop flickering with the things, and he's now running for his life, but he can't keep up. So the thing flies him across the room and through the wall. So then this man, he's down on the floor for around 10 seconds, and then he gets up. He puts the fern plant in front of the hole. He figures out how to switch off the treadmill, and he walks away. He goes into his room.
It's the most moments when you saw him around, like, I hope nobody saw that. Because what do you do, guys? You know what? The gym's not for me.
Yes,
Clearly.
I think I'll never go back.
Yeah.
Like, no, listen. The gym is not for me, guys.
Yeah.
I flew.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
So it reminds me, I can American Wolf.
A plywood. Yeah.
So there were videos of raccoons, if there's a hole, the raccoons came back in through the wall again, right?
Yeah.
So then somebody was like, this would never work
In South Africa, you've told me this.
Come with the axe and it's done. The things would be so easy for them.
Dude.
They just break down your
wall.
And it's not even a wall. And just come in, and what are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Somebody's literally pulling down your wall to come break in or to steal your thing.
Oh my word, yeah, to steal. You know how in South Africa they steal wires?
Even a knife.
Just
A chainsaw, bro.
And you just hear,
And you just see a knife inside of your wall.
Dude.
Americans don't know South African criminals.
dude, the crime in South Africa is so
Just-
deep. If we started building like that, firstly, it would fly away. People in Cape Town, it's a wrap.
Yo,
It's a
yeah.
cake. It's a wrap. Secondly, the criminals are having a party. They're
Dude.
just like, thank you, America.
thank you.
Yeah. Also, you must just accept, because what must happen after? Okay, I guess some people, but you can't shoot somebody hey, now that when you're gone, they steal pieces of your
wall,
house.
bro.
Yeah, I'm sure other people are building. Cuckoo. They're taking pieces of your house.
Slowly but surely,
Yeah, your couch too.
plywood, but
Bruh.
drywall.
Drywall.
So crazy. Next story. This one I saw on my screen. I was watching a YouTube video of this guy who was vlogging. Guys, South Africa. So he's vlogging his experience, and then he's in the Uber and he's talking in the Uber. And then it stopped like by a robot or something.
Yeah.
And then you see a couple taking pictures. So this lady's posing, right? And then you literally see the car stop, right? Another car stop on the side. Some guy just walked. He wasn't in the car.
Yeah.
He just walks, grabs the phone, gets into the car and drives off. All this while this man is like, yeah, and South Africa, I'm really enjoying my experience right now. I wish I remember the YouTuber.
I remember the video
Maybe
that you're talking
we'll
about.
screen
I
grab
have
and put it
not
on the
seen this
Instagram.
video.
Yeah.
And you have evidence. You have evidence.
You've got a witness.
Dude.
The entire internet is your witness.
Sure. He didn't even realize it happened until
Yes.
someone mentioned it in
Pointed
the comments, and
out,
he's like,
Yo, bro, you edited a whole video.
video.
You didn't even see.
You're just looking at yourself like, do I sound right? Am I making sense? Until
Yeah.
you have a whole crime scene at the back
back.
of you. I told you, South Africa is a true crime.
dude.
Hey, going off of South Africa as a true crime, I'm pretty sure this video was taken in South Africa. That one where they just drove up to the fast food window.
In the
This
drive-thru.
person, the
In a
drive-thru
car.
experience, you order, you pay, then you get up to the window. You're waiting to get your food. This is the last window. Imagine you went through all of that and you're like, yes, finally, I'm about to get my food. Now, in the process of handing over the food to the customer, just somebody, they appear out of thin air, runs past and steals the food. Like, what do you do after that?
Dude, the tiny space between the wall and the car.
That man, he planned it. He was like, okay.
Exactly, I was about to
Okay.
say. And the thing is, very like, there's a lot, oftentimes, where people are begging or standing by drive-thrus, like to
Yeah.
ask for money or food or something.
Yeah.
So it's not unusual to see somebody looking awkward or who's going through, who's homeless or
Yeah.
something,
Going through it.
standing by the drive-thru. I'm sure he was just like, today is the day. I'm tired.
I'm tired of asking.
Yes.
I've suffered for 19 years.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
My last bit of energy.
The lady at the window literally looked. She put her head out the window and looked where he had run. And then she was like, yo. She did the South African clap. And she called someone like, Tandi.
What a wild story.
Okay, again, a new Reddit story. So there was this guy who went into the ER and he said, I am feeling very suicidal. I'm not okay. I'm down bad, right? He comes in and then he didn't realize that he was going to be on watch. So they put him in not against his will necessarily, but they put him in a room and they were like, you're going to wait for a therapist. But then he asked and they were like, oh, we only have one, not therapist, but I don't know, the person in charge of these types of situations, right?
Yeah.
They only had one of those people and that person was out. And that person was only going to come back like 6 hours from now. But obviously they're not going to let this guy go out because he's not okay. He's not in a good mental space. So they kept him in a room and he's under observation. The Redditor had mentioned that this guy was very smart. After he realized that he's going to have to wait there for a while, he started regretting his decision and he's like, can I go? I don't want to. It's
Sorry. Oops.
Yeah,
I don't want to unalive anymore.
I'm fine.
I'm good.
So basically he was trying to do that and people were like, no, it's unethical for us to let you go. And yeah. So then he was like, bruh, he kind of got into a little bit of an argument, but he let it go. Now you can see on the security cameras that he's observing everything and anyone that happens.
Yes.
He's specifically observing the guards.
Yes.
Because the people who are observing him, when they're busy with another patient, they're not allowed to leave that patient. So he has 2 guards and he's waiting until the one guard has to deal with another patient, right? And then he asks the other guard, hey, can I go to the bathroom? So the one guard is busy with another patient, the other guard is outside of the bathroom, right? 10 minutes passes by. So he noticed it, he noted it, the guard had noted it, but he didn't do anything about it. 10 minutes passes and you just see the door fling open and this man is naked.
What is
Naked. He's naked. Now the guard outside of the door, he literally fell off his chair in surprise. And he shook. Naked. Bums! Right? And this guy, Naruto runs past the guard. And now he's booking it to the waiting room. And this guy is still now shook up. He's trying to find his
walkie-talkie.
Yeah, but one of the doors down the passage was open and one of the nurses saw bums. So she's like, guys, hello, everybody, there's bums. There's someone running with bums. So now he gets to the waiting room, and by the time he's in the waiting room, there's 6 guards and 6 nurses. Here's the kicker, you guys. Please. The whole reason he had spent 10 minutes in the bathroom was because he had soaped himself up. He had soaped his whole body up. So obviously when there are 12 people running after you, there's definitely going to be people who catch up with you because these guards are fast, but they can't hold on to you because you're slippery.
He did the Lux ad.
He lathered himself. Bubbles. Listen, I tell you, bubbles. So he makes it all of this is caught on security camera. He makes it all the way through the waiting room. Also, please bear in mind that there's random people at the waiting room of this hospital ER.
We're also seeing slippery bums.
You're this there for your high blood. And here's somebody, Mapona-pona, and he's soapy. That is something that the other people were just unlucky to observe. Like, what?
Dude. So he Naruto runs out of this waiting room.
Yeah.
He gets through the car park. So he had kind of parked his car a little bit outside of the car park because it was kind of full. He couldn't find anything. He makes it through the car park, bro. There's 12 people running after him. 6 guards, 6 nurses. They're running. And he makes it to his car. He can't open his car because he left his keys in his pants, and the pants are in the bathroom. So they got him. They brought him back.
Now imagine the walk of shame back into the hospital.
No, I think some of
the high blood patients.
Dude.
Now you must see the slippery naked man again.
Dude. Yeah, they had I think the security guard had given him like his jacket or something to cover up a little bit. But like,
it's a walk of shame, my guy.
Dude.
After all of that.
After all of that. Also, you didn't think the plan was perfect.
Exactly.
I thought maybe he had the keys in his hands or something.
No. This
Mapona.
Dude.
This would have been the great escape.
Dude.
It feels like I almost got away with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, back to real life events that happened. I was just sitting there, studying by my desk, looking out the window sometimes. There was just a man walking past. The man crouches down, pulls his pants down.
Oh, it was a man.
Yes!
I thought it was a lady.
I also thought it was a lady.
There was another time where it was a man.
Oh, we don't know this.
Sure.
Bro,
Exclusive 1 a.m. club.
I'm just so concerned. He looked normal walking past our house. Mm-hmm. And then he gets to, that shady area. There by there's a shady area where there's more trees and more shade and more seclusion.
Yeah.
The man pulls his pants down. Well, he's even looking into the street. So now I'm sorry for anybody who could have driven past because they are seeing balls to the walls. Yeah. I saw bums. Nah. And I was like, yo, this cannot be real. And clearly what I'm learning about myself is that if I see something strange, I'm just like, hi, there it is. And then I move on with my life.
Yeah.
Because when I looked up again, the man had pulled up his pants and he was already making it. I was like, what was he doing? I have so many unanswered questions, all because I didn't look. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, wow. And now I must move on with this information in my life. That indeed happened. Hey.
Crazy. You need to tell us about the other lady.
Oh, yes. Oh, I forgot the whole story about the other lady.
Yo.
But it's similar to this.
Yeah.
Was she walking her dog? What was happening?
I don't think she had a dog. I think she was running or something.
Yeah.
Okay, she was running.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
And clearly, she ate beans and jalapenos.
Hi. Again, I was sitting by my window. Look up. It's always in the most calm state during the day. You don't expect rubbish to happen.
Yeah. I think you told us she was like looking around.
Yes! This lady, this
Why
was
would you not
premeditated.
look at the house where you're doing this?
Where there are curtains.
Looking at the streets.
Looking. Can't see there is a teenage girl looking at you. Just like, this lady is surely not going to do what I think she's going to do. There's no way. Absolutely not. Then she finds a spot. And I'm still watching her. She pulls her pants down. She's still watching the street. She's not looking at the house. Because best believe she would have noticed me because I was really there like,
Girl.
Excuse me.
Hello? My windows were even open.
Yo.
So I was just like,
you should have said,
at any point,
hey.
Bro.
Imagine. when the first drop or pee.
Yo, she would have been so traumatized.
Imagine
She would have stopped doing
what
such
are you supposed to do? You're busy peeing, and now you still have pee, and now you're not, because for you to be, you're desperate.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Hey, anyway, so she drops her pants, she does her business, and
Didn't
What
you
was
say
her
she
business?
pooed? Nah.
she pooped. Luckily, I didn't see everything. I just could hear her. That's what traumatized me the most, that I could hear her. Even in my head, I was like, I really should have gone like, hi! Giving her a fright for scarring me like that. Another example of me just sitting and accepting my fate. When we first moved in the night times, these cats would fight each other. And it would sound like demons.
bruh, for real.
Yeah.
Like, it would sound like
For real.
Newo. Newo. It would just, I was like, yo, Newo, I'm so sorry. There's ghosts coming after you.
But we also used to have cats at Res, and they would be doing the cats when they're fighting. It's a weird sound, bro.
Yo, dude.
And they do it right by your window, and you wake up and you're just like, "This is it.
Yeah, for up. It's
Yes.
yo.
This is it. Armageddon is here.
It's here.
This is how it starts.
There
These
is
are the sounds of the trumpet."
No.
And what did I do? I went back to sleep.
And I don't.
What am I gonna do in such situations?
Ka broom o tsamaye. O re fosa-
Except for the fact that I didn't know it was cats.
Yeah,
So,
me neither.
What am I
So you're
supposed
just
to do?
like, okay, well, if you are like screwfasing, continue. Just
And at some point, I had convinced myself that it was people outside, like maybe fighting by the streets. But guys, that's an inhumane sound.
No.
But I also don't know why they stopped. Maybe the specific cat that was fighting all
They
the
killed
time.
it.
I
I don't know.
That's such a what if they
bro.
moved out? What if
Dude,
the
I'm
cat?
about to get a cat, and now you're talking about killing gangster cats in the neighborhood. I'm going to traumatize everybody again.
Yeah, whoa.
Love
You already
Car
know that-
accidents.
Yo, banna.
We were unlucky to observe a real life crash into the wall. So we were driving, right? And this car was like a little bit wobbly, but like, you know, sometimes you're just like, oh, it's a little slip. Highball. This car is going jiggy jiggy, and there was one person in the car, a man. Jiggy jiggy, he literally spins. First it looks like he's trying to make a U-turn, and then the
he just
U-turn
keeps
goes
going.
wrong, and then he's spinning, and then all of a sudden he rams into the wall. Had we not been driving the speed that we were driving, we would have been caught in the middle of it. Instead, we were just unlucky to observe this whole thing. That time it's the middle of the night.
Yo, double
It's a
homicide.
lot, bro. I think we just called the cops because this is South Africa.
Just now you lose your own car.
Dude,
Yeah.
especially for us, because it was a lady and 3 kids.
Oh, that's
Four
us and
kids.
mommy.
Yes, it was all of us in the car.
And daddy, no?
Yes.
Was
we
he
were-
okay?
Me and
He looked fine.
enjoyed our holiday.
Okay.
But it looked like somebody who was drunk, maybe. That's
Oh.
what Daddy's conclusion was. At least he was alone, because then it would be very traumatic if he wasn't. But I was visiting a friend, and then in the middle of the visitation, her
Right.
mom goes, "Hey bro, we need to go, your cousin's in an accident." Bro, that was so scary. So we drove to the scene of the accident, and I literally was there watching
Yo,
the
dude,
car.
imagine you're just like, I want to go home. Your
Bruh.
cousin, mom,
Please pick
please
me up.
pick me up.
I'm scared.
It's like when you're at someone else's house and their parents start fighting and you're just like, And I was once driving. I went on holiday in grade 1. I went on holiday with a friend, and her mom and her dad just started fighting, and I was sitting in the back car like, oh my gosh, what's happening?
When we were in Midrand, mommy would pinch me, Shem. In the meeting, I was just trying to be a kid. Be a naughty kid. And then, yo.
She won't smack you, but she once pinched me. And as soon as we got into the car, she didn't even wait.
Oh yeah, she told me that because you had said something and then you called her by her first name or something. You were
Yeah.
shouting.
You
Oh
were
yeah.
wild.
Yeah, no.
You were wild
You
for
answered
8
back,
years.
and I remember she was with one of our uncles and saying to mommy that, yo, bruh, like, please have mercy on this child. And mommy just kept quiet. Like, she was, you know, when you're furious that you're silent. Yeah, so that, I remember mommy told me that story before.
Yo,
But
that
mommy's
time you
pinches-
think, yeah, I got away with it. Until she pinched you and she's like, ooh. Girl. And I was relaxed. It literally was, I was sitting in the car. She opens the door or the window, something. I was shook like, wow, girl. I was never ready. I don't even remember what I was saying, what I said. I just remember.
So, back to people who have been very unfortunate to see wild things. So, The Redditor, he had a friend, and this friend went to the casino. This casino had a cinema as well. This Redditor's friend, let's give these people names because I don't want to... Maria is walking down the passage, and she sees these two ladies sitting by the little reception area, right? And they're laughing. They're laughing their ever-loving head off. Like, these girls are...
Pause.
dead.
What is the ever-loving head?
Never...
Why is the head ever-loving?
Because the head is ever-loving, bruh.
But ever-loving. And they're laughing.
Yes,
The ever-loving heads.
Off.
You know, you can laugh your head off, but this head is ever-loving. So I just have many questions.
You see, an ever-loving head, when you laugh it off, it can come back on.
Yeah.
You see, other people, they laugh their heads off.
And it
it's
never
tough,
comes back.
and it never comes back.
Oh, so this
It's a
head
special...
loves you so much
Exactly.
forevermore.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So these ladies are laughing their ever-loving head off. And this Marija, she's walking down the passage and she's like, I don't know if they're laughing at me. So she kind of got mad and she was like, what's so funny? Right? And the ladies call her over. So she was kind of acquaintances with the ladies at the reception because she went to that casino often.
Yeah.
Before they show her anything, that she's telling the story. One of the cleaners was just doing his thing and he sees these Gumba Savings granny panties in the passage.
Yeah.
And he's like, girl, okay.
Yeah.
So he put it in the closet. It was kind of nighttime, so he just put it in the closet away. And then he had forgotten about it until the next week. And then he was like, yeah, guys, I found granny panties in the passage. And they're like, this is so weird. They checked the footage. Shem, this is a little bit funny, but it's also a little bit sad. But it's also like, I would also have this type of energy. When you're old, you don't care. So anyway,
Gosh, no.
there's a lady, Magogo, who's using a walker.
Yes.
And you can,
Really
she's
was a
walking,
granny's panties.
yeah, she's walking so slowly. And you can see that she's like moving her hips. She's always adjusting her hips, right? Yeah. And then you slowly come into view that she's trying to hold her thigh. But her undies are just falling. It's falling and it's falling and it's falling until you get to a point where you see it by her ankles. Yeah. And she's trying to walk, but now if she lets go of the walker, now she's going to bend and she won't be able to come back up now. So she just steps out of her underwear and walks and keeps it moving. Not a bat of an eyelid. She didn't even look embarrassed, and she was just like, guys, sometimes in life I'm here to watch a nice... She was going to the cinema and she was like, I'm here to watch a nice movie. I'm tired of these panties.
Holding me back anyway.
It wasn't even holding me.
This story reminds me, and Thato's, of a footage of a lady who pooped in the street, live jive, and she even had tissue and she wiped. This video was doing the rounds years ago, and it was the street. There was no tree in sight, and I think she had her dog with her, so I think
that's why
she
she had tissue.
That people would think
it's the dog. Meantime, it was fully her. I think there's a lot of people who poop in the streets.
Yeah, why, guys? Let's change that.
No, Tato, I think desperation. No, desperation
Okay, at least
will...
Put in the dustbin or something. Just
What
sit
if
on
there's...
the dustbin.
No, but you're going to sit on as a woman.
That draws
you're
more
going
attention.
to sit...
Why are you sitting on a dustbin, you know?
And also, bro, you don't know what. Ew. Now the air of the dustbin must float into your kuchalala.
Yeah, this is not a good plan now.
I don't know, guys. Nothing about me has planned to poop in
Exactly. No, I'm telling you now, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, we're saying this now, but when desperate, when you are...
But I've been desperate. I've sat in the car
Tato.
for hours just like, yes. When I get to the nearest bathroom, don't call me. Don't touch me in my studio because, hey.
Yo, this reminded me, and this was recent, guys. Haibo, have you ever had a poop that shocks you?
No.
Like, it just... Like, you're just thinking, oh, I'm just going to go poop. No, it's not a normal... It just flies out of you. And you're just like... Whoa, I just had a poop like recently that just shocked me.
This is the podcast episode about bowels.
Oh,
and
also, you are the
excrement.
unlucky observer from hearing Neville's bowel movements.
Oh, but hasn't everyone else experienced a poop that just shocked you?
Yes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
normal.
Like, I'm glad that
They're
we're
going
including
to
the...
reminisce.
Yes.
Not unlucky. They're like, yeah, also me.
Also me, I have an experience. First time I've ever been constipated happened to me this year.
I don't think I've ever been constipated.
Hey, wait for it.
Weird flex, but okay.
When I tried to go to the bathroom many times, and I was like, I'm not trying to do a lot. So luckily for me, we went to the shops and I was like, okay, let's get a 14 rand laxative. I took it. I was just sitting there waiting. I was like, nothing's happening. Took another one.
You took another one?
Yes.
You took two?
Yes.
Jesus.
Sat there. Nothing's happening. Like, okay, let me take one.
No, Thato.
Took one more.
How old were you?
I said it happened this year.
Dude, why would you take more than one laxative?
Because I was feeling risque.
Sure.
I was like, oh, let's see what happens. Also, I didn't sleep that night. That morning also, didn't sleep. You know, I was living my best life in the bathroom. And I was like, yeah, okay, my bowels have moved. Thank goodness I'm no longer constipated. But now I'm just passing water. What is happening?
What do you mean, what is happening? You did this to yourself.
I
You
did.
took 3 laxatives. That's
Dude,
probably
the third
dangerous.
one was murder. You're passing water.
Dude, I don't think that's
Wait,
healthy.
just like, it just seeps.
No, I know, man.
just feel
Stop it. I see, man.
Hey, I am the main character
Oh, no.
of this story.
Oh, she's even looking out the window with main character energy,
I'm so
reflecting
shook.
on her life.
So, where I used to live, you know apartment buildings that have stairs, right? Obviously, because you need stairs to go up.
Yes.
So we were right on the corner by a flight of stairs. So my windows were facing the stairs almost, like just under the stairs. If you stand at an angle, you can see my window. But it was frosted and I didn't have a curtain for it.
I was about to ask.
Yeah, I didn't really
Because it's
feel
a
the need.
frosted
Yeah, it's just
one.
like, and it's also in such an awkward place. Like, there's never any light coming from there because it's by the staircase.
Yeah.
That window never really needed to be open. It was just a window that was there. So on this particular day, I opened my window. I'm sure it was summertime. So I opened all my windows, living my best life. I go shower. And it's quiet in the complex. So obviously when you get dressed, well, personally, I sit and I look at my wardrobe. Mapona-pona. And I'm just like trying to get some clothes and see what I'm gonna wear. So I'm just standing as one does. I'm lotioned up.
As you do, because me personally, I plan my outfit.
Exactly.
I need
Before I go and bath.
my life.
There's breeze, man. Sometimes the
No,
body
no.
needs to be free.
I need
Also,
to be
I'm
wearing
alone in
clothes.
my room. I'm not doing anything weird. I'm just looking for clothes. Then,
Sorry.
I don't know what made me tend to look. Guys, first of all, I told you, you have to be at an angle. All I saw were eyes at an angle. There was a peeping Tom watching me. And I don't know for how long, because I didn't hear a thing. Like, obviously, if I hear, and we made eye contact. And then you just see somebody standing up and going. And then obviously I closed my window. So this person saw that. And I don't even know whether it was another person who lives there or whether it was the people who worked. I was so traumatized, guys. All I saw was eyes. It was so traumatic. And I'm just like, yo. So now the worst part is, I don't know how this person looks. So imagine I'm living my best life, walking around, and this person is like, yeah, I've seen you naked.
I know what naked means.
That was so crazy.
That
What
is
a way
so
to close
concerning.
the
So
podcast.
wait, but you said
Why?
you and someone else.
I was unlucky to see that I had been seen.
Yeah.
He was lucky to see me, but unlucky that I saw him. It was very unlucky.
Yeah.
Very
That makes
creepy
me
also.
Truly believe that amongst all the senses that humans have, the one where you feel somebody's eyes on you is real.
Yeah.
Because
there
nothing
was-
made you look.
Yes.
A lot of people, we don't have, we have 5 main senses.
Yeah,
But
then
we have
hundreds of other
hundreds of
senses.
Let's kufa in. Let's
Like, for
kufa.
example, the sense that you know where to itch, where you scratch it, where you feel an itch.
Yeah.
And you know exactly where that itch is.
Apparently, they still don't know why people itch.
But now we don't know why we dream. Do you know that they've only in 2020 they understood how anesthesia works?
Yes, I heard that.
When
This whole time we were just playing, you're teasing me, I
Like,
can die anytime.
This thing makes you take a small dose, and this one makes you sleep and not feel anything.
How?
Great. Don't matter
I
how.
don't know.
Just works.
An anesthesiologist was like, yeah, it was either that or it's gonna be alright anesthesia, which is literally somebody holding your hand while you are being cut open. Or taking whiskey. That was also a back.
In
Just
the
getting
day.
drunk, but you also still feel the pain.
But then also
I'd rather
getting
take
drunk sucks
anesthesia.
because then your blood is super thin. Now
Hey.
you bleed out and you die.
and where. I hope you enjoyed this episode,
It's been really fun.
But, before we wrap it up.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you just not going to give them tidbits?
Oh,
What's
no,
going on?
they need it. They need it, It's their extra sauce. It's time for Thato's tidbits, guys.
I can't believe it's the first time you're announcing your own tidbits.
Yeah, because clearly you guys are not doing the sauce.
Oh, do it. It's fine. Continue.
Okay.
It's my tidbits time. Pew, 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 pew.
We do our own sound effects here.
Today's tidbit is that Ariana Grande is really a multifaceted human being. Because I really forgot that she was a Broadway trained actress. The other day, I saw the trailer for a Netflix movie. I forgot what it's called. And I was like, Ariana Grande, what are you doing here? I was like, why is another artist trying to act?
Yeah.
Kanti, Ariana Grande is an actress.
And that's how we met her, Vela, because she was an actress.
This lady has done voice acting jobs. She's done Sam and Cat. She was on Broadway with Elizabeth Gillies.
Elizabeth Gillies.
Jade from Victorious.
Oh, the one with black hair.
Yes, the one who's also in Dynasty.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
She's ultra cool. So that's my tidbit for today. It's not super interesting, but I feel like people needed to be reminded.
She's also married, no?
Yes,
Dude.
Ariana Grande, amazing voice, amazing actress. What can't she do? I haven't seen her dance, so
Wow.
she's a double.
You can really dance.
No,
So-
you have in the music videos.
Has she? I've seen her on a bicycle.
And she was also on.
Wow.
For the
What does
up
that
in there
have to
all
do with
night,
dancing?
because that's the only
Up in
time
there
I
all
genuinely
night,
remember her
yeah.
dancing. I see her like looking pretty. Sometimes she'll move her arms.
She doesn't give you can't keep just talking.
She doesn't give you Stray Kids God's menu. She
hey,
doesn't.
Take me for a ride.
That was currently
boy.
shaking
Now
our
you've
whole.
got these passionate eyes. Hey, just like wild and out.
That's not what Normani is doing.
She was even in like another production for Hairspray.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I remember
She
that.
fully sings and acts.
Yeah.
Why did I forget that she acts?
Because she's such a pop star.
But she's
She's
good.
a pop
Like
star.
she's so good at singing that
Yeah.
you forgot that she acts. And I wanna watch the Netflix thing to see if she's highly, highly good.
Because a lot of people were
But
talking
I
about.
think she is because she keeps getting jobs. So
Yeah, especially Broadway, you need to be. I don't know. I feel like people who've done Broadway, they have the extra.
they really do.
Sazon.
They really have the
people,
extraness.
people who are theatre trained and for theatre trained actors and actresses.
Are different to film trained actors and
like
actresses.
they've just got that extra sauce. They really just
And you can see it when they come onto TV. You're just like this one.
You have a
Yeah.
flavor.
you have the spice.
Not to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just a
but-
different flavor.
Yes.
Like everybody else also has spice, has flavor, but this one, I like your spice.
Then I thought about South African actresses and actors, and I'm just like,
No,
Sarafina.
some of them are really good,
Sarafina.
though.
And the people
yes,
who played.
but I thought about the bad ones.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah.
I was
Yo,
like,
South Africa has some really bad movies. It's a
Not
bit
movies.
Look, was it Mzansi Magic that we were watching that has high budget, and we were just like,
Yeah.
they've got the good actors this side, they've got the
Yes.
budget for location, and then
Dude.
we had just come off of Generations, and it was like,
What a big difference. Yeah, there's a big difference.
from
Yeah.
set, and it's like,
Yeah.
interesting. You can see which side has the budget.
Yeah.
Not dogging on them though, because we grew up on Generations. We grew up on
Did we
Nisidingo.
grow up on
A little
Generations?
bit,
We grew
yeah.
up on Seven Delan.
That sounds like we've been
But
colonized.
I'm just saying.
But
I
it's
grew
true,
up
we
on
used
Skim
to
Sam
watch
and Kal.
Seven Delan every day at 2 o'clock
Yeah.
after
true.
school.
I think it's because of
And
the
there's
time.
nothing wrong with the fact that we used to watch it. We stopped.
Yeah.
No, but sure, and we
And
did
I had
enjoy
to-
it during that time.
Yes.
Hey, but
Seven Dalang was a.
It
It
was.
was a
banger.
banger. We watched that to the point where in grade 5,
Mm,
I got acknowledgement for Afrikaans as a subject.
Because
And Mr. Manal was even shook like, where are you
You're-
getting this Afrikaans from?
dit is die prokureurs van Seven Delan.
He-
Procureur is a lawyer. Somebody was a lawyer. And I knew the word procureur.
Procureurs.
And then you're like, yeah, procureur.
in your exam.
Mr. Manal was asking me, where are you getting this Afrikaans? Do you speak Afrikaans at home? Do you have an Afrikaans family member? I was like, no, sir.
It's Seven Delan.
Seven
Do-do-do-do. I tried to watch it the other day.
No, you can never go
You
back.
can't go back, yeah.
You just have to you have to sit with the nostalgia of
Before you
Damn,
ruin it
bro.
for yourself.
yeah.
That has been episode 7 of 1 a.m. Club.
I found so many other really cool podcasts through the people who follow our podcast Instagram. Yeah, so go follow the Instagram. Hello, if you haven't already. 1am club dot underscore.
Say, try again. What's the Instagram?
1am club
Yes.
underscore dot Yes.
Dot.
Underscore
love it.
CO underscore.
Is it a website or an Instagram handle?
Yay. 1am club underscore podcast.
Wrong.
Damn it.
At 1am club underscore ZA. That is our
because
podcast.
we are the 1am club from South Africa.
Yes. And clearly Buntle doesn't do anything on that Instagram. That's how you know.
Dude.
Bang, bang.
Exposed.
And to wrap it off, just as I am going to be, escucha la palabras de las brujas.
Just as I am currently very annoyed with my sisters because of their constant escuchas laba mang mang. Also, Chelsea and Norwich are playing today, so as I am currently sitting here waiting for the Chelsea and Norwich game.
And I was Los secretos es conmigo hasta la noche.
Escucha
La palabra de las brujas. Los secretos es conmigo hasta la noche. Escucha la palabra de
Save
las
me.
brujas. Los secretos
Send
es
help.
conmigo hasta la noche.
Bashan.
Escucha la palabra de las
Over it.
brujas.
Bye, guys.
Bye.